being here. It is so much fun, you know, so much love, so much uplifting. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars fans in here? Yeah, yeah. Do you know fans have unofficially confiscated May 4th as Star Wars Day, and there's celebrations all over the world today. May the 4th be with you. So I started thinking about this, and I'm thinking, well, the 4th is always with me, you know? The 4th, the force, the divine force, is always with us. It's not just that it's with us, it is us. We are the manifestation of the divine presence in its entirety. Now, why don't we know that? It's like, okay, the potential, infinite potential in each one of us. But we only have that much forth, you know. We don't have a lot of force, otherwise miracles would abound. Miracles would abound. We would decree a thing, and it would be so. So it's kind of like, I started thinking about this, and it reminds me of my Vitamix, okay? I love green smoothies. Used to eat them 2 or 3 times a week, and then the smoothie place went out of business. So then I started fixating on a Vitamix. I need a Vitamix. I can have spinach and kale and carrot juice and this and that and this and that. So one day, bouncing through Costco, you know you can eat your way through Costco on certain days, there was a Vitamix display. So I ended up buying a Vitamix. I was so excited. A pretty red one, this big. I've used it twice. That was 8 years ago. But it sits right on my kitchen counter. It sits right there. So the potential is there, but it's just not used. And you know what else? It's just taking up space. It's just taking up space. So it was Henry David Thoreau who said, it's not what you look at, it's what you see. So we know that our eyes are not seeing. It's our brain, it's our minds that are seeing. We, beyond the eyes, beyond the superficial, are interpreting what's going on in our world behind our eyes. It's the mind's eye. So what is your mind's eye seeing? You wake up in the morning and say, oh, what a glorious, adventurous day. Or do you go, ho-hum, more of the same. Chop wood, carry water. You know? Do you look around and say, oh, I see a room full of loving, happy, generous people? Or is it just another junkyard and you're all dogs? What does your mind see? So, spiritual vision is really important in creating the type of life you wish to have. Now, in our demographics here in Green Valley and a lot of places, it could be, well, there's more behind me than there is before me, so there's not a whole lot to look forward to. I'm just going to lay around the shack till the mail train comes to get me, right? I'm not really going to focus on anything except maybe my aches and pains, organ recitals, those things that people tend to do as they age, because we call that supporting each other, and to a degree it is, but there is a much deeper support, and that is knowing the truth that we are matter, meaning physicality, with energy. The truth of who and what we are is unlimited, intelligent energy. And we're simply wearing a bodysuit for a little while. We're wearing a body. And our bodies are different. Our taste is different. We show up different. But that doesn't mean we're different, because on the inside there is energy, and that divine energy is absolute perfect love. Doesn't judge. It accepts what is, and it constantly vibrates at a higher vibration, which calls all others to it. Jesus said, if I be lifted up, I draw all people to me. That's the purpose of prayer, to lift our consciousness so that we attract what it is from the quantum field that we would like to manifest. So I'm a quantum physics nut. Do you know that quantum physics has been around, the theory of quantum physics, since the 1800s? I thought it was a fairly recent thing. No, it's been around a very long time. And Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, was very keyed in to quantum physics. Just pick up his book, The Atom-Smashing Power of the Mind, because he was really digging this stuff a long time ago. We know that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. That's one of Unity's tenets. And that is quantum physics. But the key to that is held in mind. Held in mind. Just like one step on the earth does not a pathway make, one thought held in mind does not a manifestation make. So choose what it is that you would like to experience this day and going forward. Get that firmly in your mind. Feel the energy of that, and then revisit it all the time. All the time. Quantum physics says wherever our awareness goes, that's where our energy flows. So by all means, release what you don't want. Because if you focus on what you don't want, your aches and pains and your shrinking bank account and politics and this and that and all the stuff that gets us all riled up, if you just let that go, or know that it's just a passing thought, it's not a pathway making, it's a passing thought, then we will be in perfect peace because our mind is stayed on what is important. One of my favorite Bible quotes is, "Prove me now, saith the Lord, if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour out for you reward so immense, you won't be able to receive it all. Prove me now." So our challenge from the divine presence, from the universe, is proving what we believe to be true. Proving that what I am saying is true. I'm called to prove it for myself. So let's say I have a challenge the size of a mountain, and I'm the size of a little ant, about like that, running around the bottom of the mountain trying to get to the pinnacle, right? Don't know which path goes where, don't know what to do. I feel so helpless and so small. Jesus said, if you have faith, you can move a mountain. And what is faith? Charles Fillmore said it's the perceiving power of the mind, what you see, linked with the ability to shape substance. That's quantum physics. To pull from the infinite field of possibilities so that the possibility that you are claiming for yourself becomes your reality. And speaking of moving mountains, there's a story I learned a long time ago that I want to share with you. And speaking of my family's little white country church in the Wildwood. There was another church like this in the Smoky Mountains. Smoky Mountains. And they inherited a piece of land, and they built the building at the foot of this mountain, actually right up against it pretty much. And then they had their parking lot. Well, right before they were to have their grand opening, 1 week before, the inspection comes, and they said, "This is inadequate. You don't have enough parking." And there was no more room to put any more parking for this little country church. So the minister said, "All right, all of those of you who have faith enough to move mountains, meet me here for a prayer session." So, I don't know, I think the story goes there were about 30 out of 80, 30 people. And so they came, and they prayed, and they prayed, and they prayed for 3 hours. And then when it was over, the minister said, "Okay, see you all Sunday for the grand opening." That's praying, believing. Okay? The next day, someone shows up in a hard hat and a little clipboard, and he says, "We're over from the next county, and we're building a shopping mall area, but we really need some fill dirt. We really need some fill dirt. So if you don't mind, we will pay you if you will give us some dirt from this mountain. And not only that, we will pave it over for you so it's not raw dirt." So the mountain was moved, the parking lot was financed, and they had their grand opening that Sunday. Bada bing. So that's a true story. It is amazing. We are capable of miracles if we believe. And if for some reason we don't get what we want, that's when we, in the Methodist hymnal, we trust and obey. Oh, don't you love that word, obey? Unitics don't like obeying, But sometimes that's the smartest thing we can do. We get our guidance. We get our guidance. And when you get your guidance, follow it. Even though it can be heartbreaking sometimes, it can be hard. However, that's how we move mountains. So, here we are, and the fourth is always with us, and it's up to us how much of it we want to use. When we know the power of God, we can use the power of God. Because God doesn't limit us. The divine presence is all around us. It's not limiting us, saying, "Okay, Reverend George, you've had enough. Put that back on the plate." No one is saying that to us. We are limiting the divine presence. Life is not limiting us. We are limiting life. So at this point, what is it that you want to experience? Hold it in your mind. Hold it and give thanks for it even before the rubber meets the road, so to speak. Even before you see it. I think it was Jerry Jampolsky that wrote the book, You Will See It When You Believe It. It's not the other way around. I'll believe it when I see it. No, you will see it when you believe it. So I'm really excited about this topic. I once did a similar talk, and I called it A Challenging God for Challenging Times. So God's challenge to each one of us is prove me now. Prove me now. If I will not open the windows of heaven and pour out to you a blessing so immense you won't be able to receive it all. I don't know about you guys, but I want to receive it all. So I'm expanding my heart. I'm expanding my mind. and I'm affirming my body as my vehicle for as long as I'm here. And when I'm not here, I'm going to be expanding elsewhere, carrying right on, because there is no spot where God is not. And that's the truth. And so it is.